This voice guide is for Yamanote Line Inner Loop, Shinagawa, Tokyo, Ueno, Ikebukuro, and Shinjuku direction. The following 30 stations will be introduced at each of the next 30 stations. Now, the train was heading south-southeast at Osaki Station earlier, but at the next station, Shinagawa Station, the train will stop heading almost due north. One of the highlights of this part is that the direction of the train is almost reversed in one station. On the right side of the line, the Shonan Shinjuku Line and the Rinkai Line are moving away, and soon the Tokaido Shinkansen, the Yokosuka Line, then the Keihan Tohoku Line and the Tokaido Line will also join together, and it is impressive that the trains running beside us will change completely. The scenery along the train line also changes dramatically. On top of the cliff on the left is the Gotenyama area, which is known as a high-end residential area. Gotenyama is also where Sony once had its headquarters, and a monument stands in the corner of Garden City Shinagawa Gotenyama. Incidentally, Sony's current headquarters stands to the left as you exit Shinagawa Station from the Konan exit. In the meantime, the Keihan Tohoku Line, which was running below, comes up to the same height, and the Shin-Yatsuyama Bridge of the Daiichi Keihan Line and the Yatsuyama Bridge of the Keihan Kyuko Line cross above us, and the buildings on the south side of the Shinagawa Station come into view. This area of the Konan Gate was once a Shinkansen rail yard and freight train yard, but around 2000 it was redeveloped and transformed into an office district where Microsoft Japan and other companies have their headquarters. Around the same time, the Tokaido Shinkansen bullet train began to stop at Shinagawa Station, while the Kikyu train also provides access to Haneda Airport, and the station will become the first stop on the linear line. And so we arrive at Shinagawa Station. There are many people transferring to the Shinkansen or Kikyu, so you can see some people with large luggage depending on the time of day. Note that there is an elevated Kikyu station on the left, but construction is currently underway to bring the station down to the ground level. There are other plans to develop the station plaza and redevelop the area in front of the station at the Takanawa Gate, and it is likely that the scenery will change dramatically in a short while. By the way, this is a famous aside, the address of Shinagawa Station is Takanawa 3 Chome, Minato Ward, which is not in Shinagawa Ward. The boundary of the wards is just around Yatsuyama Bashi Bridge. The Shinagawa Ward office is located next station, Omachi Station, so it may be useful to keep this in mind as well. That's all for now. Now, after Shinagawa Station, we will stop at Takanawa Gateway Station. This station was built in accordance with the redevelopment of the land created by reorganizing and downsizing the train depot and shifting the tracks of the Yamanote and Keihan Tohoku lines to the east, and is the newest station on the Yamanote Line, opening in March 2020. On the other hand, Shinagawa Station is the oldest station in Japan, having opened in 1872, so these two neighboring stations are 148 years apart. By the way, since the area around Takanawa Gateway Station is currently under construction and there are no buildings that stand out in particular, many people wonder why Takanawa Gateway Station was built, but buildings are scheduled to open sequentially starting in 2025. Also, it is actually within walking distance of Sengakuji Station and Sengakuji Temple, so it might be a good idea, for example, to transfer from Takanawa Gateway to take a train starting from Sengakuji instead of Shinagawa when taking the Kikyu line. Although the station is called Takanawa Gateway, the address of the station itself is Konan 2 Chome. Now, the next stop after Takanawa Gateway Station is Tamachi Station. There are many interesting spots around this station. First, on the north side of the station, near the Shiba 5 Chome intersection, stands the Tamachi Tower, scheduled for completion in June 2023. This is the site of the meeting between Takamori Saigo and Keishu Katsu, which led to the bloodless opening of Edo Castle at the end of the Edo period. On the other hand, northwest of the station is the Mita campus of the prestigious Keio University, and nearby you will find student-oriented restaurants such as Ramen-Jiro's Mita Main Restaurant. The area in front of the station is also a district of office buildings, with the headquarters of Morinaga Seika and Morinaga Milk Industry, the headquarters of Bandai Namco near the Fuda no Tsuji intersection, and the headquarters of NEC near the Shiba 3 Chome intersection. Thus, the north side of the station is a town with a mixture of various elements. The Shibuura area on the south side of the station used to be the sea, but as land reclamation progressed around 1910, factories and other facilities began to move into the area. Some of these companies still have their headquarters in Shibuura, such as Yanis, famous for dealing imported cars, and Igarashi Rizo, well known for its refrigerated warehouses and refrigerated trucks. On the other hand, there was a time around 1990 when Shibuura attracted a lot of attention with the famous disco Juliana Tokyo, which attracted a lot of people. Compared to those days, Shibuura now looks a bit more tranquil, but redevelopment is underway around Tamaji Station, and recently the atmosphere has changed dramatically, with the area where the former Tokyo Gas Research Institute and public facilities were located becoming an area where Musabu Tamachi and Minato Park Shibuura and other buildings are located. In the future, there are plans to redevelop the area where the Tokyo Tech Tamachi campus is located, so it is likely that the scenery around the station will change even more. By the way, as mentioned earlier, Morinaga Seika and Morinaga Milk Industry have their headquarters in the same building in front of Tamaji Station. Morinaga Seika and Morinaga Milk Industry were originally one company, but were separated soon after World War II and are now two different companies. In 2024, Morinaga Seika will move to Shibuura and Morinaga Milk Industry to Shiodome, and the buildings are scheduled to be reconstructed. The scenery around the station is likely to change here as well. Now, after leaving Tamachi Station, the next station is Hamamatsucho Station. The name Hamamatsu reminds one of a place in Shizuoka Prefecture, but in fact, the name Hamamatsucho came about because the man who served as the head of this area in the Edo period was from Hamamatsu. Hamamatsucho offers a variety of scenery unique to the station, including a statue of a urinating boy on the station platform, the Tokyo monorail crossing overhead, the headquarters of Nippon Cultural Broadcasting along the tracks to the north of the station, and the former Shibarikyu Gardens on the east side of the station. The former Shibarikyu Garden was originally a daimyo's garden built in the early Edo period, became an imperial villa in the Meiji period, and was open to the public in the Taisho period when it was managed by the city of Tokyo. Incidentally, a tunnel for the Yokosuka line runs directly under this garden, and during the construction of this tunnel, a cave-in accident occurred, and the lanterns and other objects were swallowed by the hole. The lanterns were never found. While the former Shibarikyu Gardens are located on the east side of the station, the World Trade Center building is being rebuilt on the west side of the station, and on the southeast side across the Metropolitan Expressway loop line from the station, the former Toshiba headquarters building, Hamamatsucho building, and its surrounding area are scheduled to be redeveloped. A Japanese garden dating back to the Edo period and a construction site where skyscrapers are being rebuilt from skyscraper to skyscraper. This contrasting view is what Hamamatsucho looks like today. By the way, if you walk around Hamamatsucho Station, you will see a character with adorable eyes, a green mask, and muscular looks. This character is Hamamako-san, Hamamatsucho Station's character, and since his appearance in 2015, he has brought a unique breeze to Hamamatsucho Station with his distinctive looks. Surprisingly unique. Perhaps such a phrase fits Hamamatsucho Station. Next to Hamamatsucho Station, the train stops at Shinbashi Station. The west side of the station has a traditional business district, while the east side of the station is Shiodome area surrounded by new buildings such as the headquarters of Nippon Television Network Corporation. By the way, Shinbashi is famous in Japan for appearing at the beginning of a song called Tetsudo Shoka Railroad Song. Nowadays, Tokyo Station is the starting point of the Tokaido Line, but at the time when the first railroad in Japan was opened, Shinbashi Station was the first station, as in the railroad song. However, at that time, Shinbashi Station was not located where it is today, but a little to the east, around the current Shiodome city center. In fact, the current Shinbashi Station was a different station called Karasumori Station. Karasumori Station opened in 1909. At that time, the new Karasumori Station served only trains, while medium and long-distance trains arrived and departed from the existing Shinbashi Station. 5 years later, When Tokyo Station opened in 1914, the starting point of the Tokaido Line moved to Tokyo Station, and Shimbashi Station was renamed Shiodome Station and used for freight trains. At the same time, Karasumori Station was renamed Shimbashi Station. In fact, Shiodome Station was discontinued at the end of the Showa period, and the current Shiodome buildings were built on the site of the station. Incidentally, a railroad line once extended eastward from Shiodome Station, and freight trains used to run to the Tsukiji Market beyond the station. The market has now moved to Toyosu, but the track remains as a road in front of the Ginza post office, and the railroad crossing alarm remains as a monument. It might be a good idea to take a walk from Shimbashi to Shiodome and then to Tsukiji. Now, after Shimbashi Station, we will stop at Yurakucho Station. Yurakucho Station is not a very large JR station, with only the Yamanote and Keihan Tohoku lines stopping there, but the station is surrounded by Yurakucho and Ginza Onchome stations on the Yurakucho subway line, as well as Hibiya and Ginza stations, and the Tokyo Station Keio Line underground platform just past the Tokyo International Forum. The Hibiya area on the west side of Yurakucho Station has a cultural flavor, with the Imperial Theater, Nisei Theater, Tokyo Takarazuka Theater, and even the Toho Cinemas Hibiya located in Tokyo Midtown Hibiya. The Tokyo Takarazuka Theater is the Tokyo home of the Takarazuka Review. The owner of this building, Toho, is a movie company famous for producing Godzilla, and the name Toho is an abbreviation of Tokyo Takarazuka. Toho, as well as Hankyu Corporation, which owns the Takarazuka Review, were both headed by Iketsu Kobayashi. Today, Toho is still a member of the Hankyu Hanshin Toho Group along with Hankyu Corporation. Now, on the east side of Yurakucho Station, beyond the Yurakucho Marion, the streets of Ginza spread out, giving the impression that Yurakucho Station is surrounded by a cultured and high-class district. On the other hand, there are restaurants with a friendly atmosphere lined up under the junior elevated railway tracks and along the road beside them, giving it a different feel from the streets of Ginza and Hibiya. Next to the ticket gates of Yurakucho Station is Yoshinoya, the famous beef bowl restaurant Yoshinoya, which is one of the cheaper restaurant chains in Japan. This Yurakucho branch is often featured as the top-selling Yoshinoya restaurant in Japan. Surrounded by high-class districts, the station also shows a friendly folksy side. The more you walk around the Yurakucho Station area, you will find various aspects of the area. By the way, there are two lucky spots in Yurakucho Station. The first is the Daikoku-sama, the god of wealth and fortune, located inside the JR ticket gate. The station received the statue during the Pacific War. The other is a ceramic statue of a Shigaraki were raccoon dog on the concourse of the Yurakucho subway line. However, it is not clear how these raccoons came to be at Yurakucho Station. It is said to have been placed there since 1988, but some say that it was first a souvenir bought by the station master, others say that it was not, but was donated by a neighbor who lived in the neighborhood. It has become a bit of a mystery in the city, but it might be a good idea to visit Daikoku-sama and Raccoon statue to try to improve your financial luck. As the train departs from Yurakucho Station, the Tokyo International Forum building can be seen for a while on the left. The Tokyo International Forum is a convention center with 8 halls and conference rooms, and the glass building along the JR railroad tracks has been awarded 3 stars by the Michelin Guide. Incidentally, the location where the Tokyo International Forum is located was once the site of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government's Building No. 1, and a bronze statue of Daikanoda, which was placed there during the time of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, stands in the glass building as a remnant of that building. Incidentally, the statue faces diagonally to the pedestal, rather than directly in front of it, which is said to be in the direction of Edo Castle, the Imperial Palace today, which was built by Doken Oda. Passing by the Tokyo International Forum, the Marunouchi Building District comes into view, and the train arrives at Tokyo Station. Tokyo Station is, as is well known, the representative station of the capital city of Tokyo, and is also famous for the red brick station building on the Marunouchi side. This red brick station building was built when the station opened in 1914, but the roof and interior were damaged by air raids during the World War II, so, repair work was carried out immediately after the war, but part of the building was changed from 3 to 2 floors, and the roof shape was also changed. The building was used as it was for about half a century. In 2012, the restoration work was completed, and the station building recovered its original appearance. The plaza in front of the station and Gyoko Dori Avenue were renovated, creating a plaza centering on the red brick station building, which is now attracting many people. Incidentally, most of the bricks in the red brick station building at the time of construction were manufactured in Fukaya, Saitama Prefecture. Accordingly, the current Fukaya Station building is designed to resemble Tokyo Station. However, Fukaya Station was built to be over the railroad tracks, so it is a little strange to see a train going under the brick-style station building.